Climate is one of the very few factors that could impact absolutely everything at this tournament, from delivery, from fan experience, from squad performance, staffing impacts, broadcast timings, and of course, the underlying risk to the commercials that sit around all of that. For a mega sports event delivery where planning and schedules are the absolute centre of everything and from which everything stems, the risk of uncertainty that climate impacts bring are real and they're inescapable.
It's a huge, bloated tournament sponsored by a huge oil company, and all sorts of climate impacts cause all sorts of hazards for fans and players alike.
Sport, football included, needs a habitable planet. It needs breathable air. It needs temperatures that don't boil your organs. So we need to do everything we can to ensure that that future and those habitable conditions remain in place. And that has to extend from driving down emissions of tournaments, pushing our governments to build more sustainable economies so that tournaments and sport can be hosted within infrastructures that are low carbon. And it also means calling out polluting sponsors that are actively rolling back measures and that are trying to ensure that that future never comes to pass. If you care about football, you have to care about the climate because football needs a healthy climate.
Every single institution of every kind, every social practice on this whole planet, every person is enmeshed within this web. If football is something that is precious to you in any way whatsoever, check in. Because if you want your kids and your grandchildren to enjoy what you enjoy right now, we need to make some changes because climate change is going to make the playing, the watching of football, aside from anything else, much harder, much more expensive, much more difficult than it has been in the past.
From extreme heat to long distance travel, from commercial pressures to climate commitments, the World Cup now sits squarely at the intersection of these competing forces. So maybe the question is whether the direction of travel is clear and whether the choices being made about that match the reality of our world today and the positive, inclusive future that sport is talking about.